wanted to be a movie star. Eddie Murphy, Michael Jackson, I always wanted to be a movie star, but I never knew how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know about college until the 12th grade or 11th grade. I was a hooper, and they started talking about college. I was like, okay, yeah, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't work out. And then I was chilling, and then I really had never knew much about college, but that's why I said that's what I do, so I can introduce them. I just finished telling them earlier today, you know, about the steps to get to college and why it's important. But transformation, I turn a light on in their head about education and being a responsible person and give a different side of a man that they hardly ever see. You know, because I'm not talking mess. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm human, you know what I mean? I want to go to the club and all. I tell them straight up, you know, I'm a G, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna let, you know, the popular trends and what's look good. If it ain't good, then I don't want it. You know what I mean? So I can just go hang. I can hang and still, you know, do the right thing.
What do you tell your students when they look at TV, they see what's happening in America, they see what's happening with, you know, police, they see what's happening with, you know, how Black people are being devalued. You know, how do you approach that conversation when a student, you know, says that because they're Black, they don't really have a chance? How do you deal with that? How do you approach that being an educator and living in Jacksonville when we know a lot of crazy stuff happen here? You know, how do you approach that?
Well, it's just the little things, man. It's just I focus on the little things. You know what I mean? We work life skills. It's just you gotta you reap what you sow. I mean, you know, what foot you put forward is, you know, where you're gonna be at. So if you take steps in that direction, guess what? That's where you're gonna end up at. So if you want to be you know, want money, you know, I show them different. First of all, you have to expose them to so many different things. So that's the thing I do with them. If we're talking about something in a story, we immediately go to Google. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm a librarian. I'm not just a teacher. I'm a librarian. So I do dictionary. You know what I'm saying? I do, you know, like fundamental reading skills. You know what I'm saying? And a passion for reading, cuddling up with a good book type messages. But it's basically just, you know, I show them, like, you know, I just focus on just current events and history, and let them use their critical thinking skills to paint a picture. I use a lot of imagination and just let them, what you think about this, and just really let them. I do a lot of listening, to be honest with you. I find out what's going on. You know what I mean? Right. And say, okay, you know, and so I meet them where they at, you know what I mean? And I just let them say, and sometimes I have to turn them like, hey, this where you at, man. You need to go that way. You know what I mean? Right. Hey, come back this way. You know what I mean? So it's more, I can't really answer that. I'm gonna have to write a book about that, because it's really, you know, stuff that happens so fast. We done went from Black Lives Matter to Trump out of here to COVID, and it's like it's going so fast for them. Right. Like I can't explain it as it's happening. Right. I just have to listen to what their experiences are and try to just take baby steps to the direction that they need to go. If they're not moving at all, I gotta get them moving. If they're moving too fast, I gotta slow them down. If they're going in the wrong direction, I gotta point them in the right direction. So it's a holistic approach. We you know, all of us, man, most educators, man, we focus on the whole child. We worry about, I mean, my school, Northwestern, we got a room full of brand new out uniforms. So if they come to school not fresh, we gonna get them. We got a shower there. We got one-on-one schools. Like we, as educators, we on a whole, man, we need to be a lot more celebrated, paid more. I mean, you know, just considered one of the real stable
in the society.
Yeah,
man.
Real. Yeah, so I just, you know, that's pretty much my what I tell them is that, you know, we here for you. Don't, you know, just come to us. You got grown people that love you. I use the word love. We love you. We want the best for you, and you know, just use that. And so it's a lot of schools that play a big part in these kids' world, man. It's just the fact that they only with us for 7 hours, man. Seven and a half hours. They go, you know, that leave like what? You know what I'm saying? That leave 14, 15 other hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That they got to, you know, that they home seeing other stuff. So, you know, I mean, I did some bad math there, but you know what I'm saying? Just
Right now, no, I
give or
got
take,
you, bro.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, they're only with us for a while, you know what I mean? And they got other influences, and by the time whatever we leave them with, they might not come back with that same stuff. We got to start all over again.